At the beginning of the movie we notice an island with few of the women and children. They know nothing about what is happening around them and why. We notice a boy Nicola who swims in the sea. He lives in an island nearby the sea. While swimming he sees a dead body in the sea. He comes squirrely to his mother. Nicola tells his mother everything and also he tells about the dead body that he watched in the sea. There was also a starfish on his belly. Listening to this his mother says that this must be a doubt, nothing else. For the satisfaction of Nicola his mother gets into the sea and comes out with a starfish. She says to him that there is no dead body of the child. The same night his mother brings the dead body from the sea about which Nicola told him. When she brings the dead body of the child, many women come to her. The next morning Nicola's mother medicates him. She gives him daily. When Nicola inquires about this medicine his mother tells him that he is internally weak, that's why. The next day, Nicola gets injured while swimming. Later on a nurse Stella treats him. On returning home, his mother gives him the food which was strange apparently. Nicola had to take this food daily. Once his mother took him to a nearby hospital. Nicola there has been tested. A nurse Stella takes his blood sample. Here we know that Nicola has a habit of drawing. He draws something all the time. One day Stella sees his painting in which he has drawn cat, giraffe, building and many similar things were. There was a strange thing that the things in Nicola's building there was nothing present in the island. In this hospital Nicola has a different test daily. Now we notice the mother of Nicola along with several women on island. They were eating raw seafood that was quite strange. On that night the nurses and doctors of island watches a video, in which the method of surgery was being taught. The next day, we notice Nicola in the ward. There Nicola was along with a few children. They were being tested the same as Nicola was. Nicola secretly follows a nurse. His mother arrives and asks him to go home. She gives him the same medicine which he takes daily. Later on, the women of town are going to the beach. Nicola wakes up and wakes his friend too. Nicola plans to follow those women secretly to notice what they are doing there. He does so because he suspects that his mother lies to him and the rest of women too. Now Nicola and his friend reach at the sea. His friend leaves him in between. But Nicola doesn't give up. He goes towards the sea. He watches all the women in a mysterious condition there with each other. They have a strange spot at their back. We know that the women on this island are of different kinds. Nicola comes back home and notices the spots at his back too. The next day, his mother takes him to hospital where he has an ultrasound. The doctors tell that everything works well. Here, we know that he has a baby in his belly. Nicola was pregnant and his mother becomes happy upon it. Nicola comes to the same ward. On the other side, Stella was putting the newborn babies in a jar. We notice the dead friend of Nicola on a statue. He might be pregnant and died during delivery of baby. Afterward, Stella comes to Nicola and gives him a pen and a drawing board, so that he could paint something. We notice that there was a deep bonding between them. Both befriended each other. Nicola makes a drawing of a red-haired girl. Who was that girl? We could perceive this at the end of the story. Now a nurse enters in the ward of Nicola and lies to them that your friend has been recovered. He has sent a seashell for you. Later on, the mother of Nicola enters. She gives him that seafood to eat which he doesn't eat. She sees the drawing book of Nicola. Nicola snatches the drawing book from her and she becomes angry. She says him to ask her mother's advice. Meanwhile, Nicola says to her that she isn't her mother. Nicola was brought to an operation ward. They faint him with an injection. When he wakes up he was on a bed. The rest of the children were surrounded him. They say that their mother isn't their real mother. They are only bringing them up. On the other side, the nurses were watching the surgical videos. Stella comes to Nicola. She gives the painting of red-haired girl. She gives a file to Nicola, in which there were the pictures of strange women, and the information related to surgery. Now Stella brings Nicola near the sea and shows the strange marks on her back. She jumps into the sea with Nicola. Stella could breathe in the water as well. There were strange marks on her back so Nicola couldn't breathe and faints. She brings him into senses by bringing him out. When he wakes up, he was on his bed. At night he chases a nurse. He watches a girl in a water-filled tank. The nurse takes him from there. Later on, Nicola was put in a tank after surgery. When he wakes up, he sees newborn babies who are stuck with him. Now Stella takes him towards the sea. Now they jump into the sea. Stella, with the help of her breath, takes him far away. We notice Nicola at a boat and Stella drinks him water. She watches Nicola keenly and goes back to her island. When Nicola wakes up at night, he finds him near a city where people like him live. Now we clear the doubts of the movie. In this island there were only adult women and children. Were they all were boys? No one was adult man. Neither any young girl was there. There was a hospital in the town. Here few children were getting pregnant after medication to grow their generation. We have watched that Nicola's mother gave him a medicine so he could get pregnant, he could grow their generation. We noticed that these children were not their own. They might bring them after kidnapping them. We can analyze this with the drawing of Nicola. In that drawing, there were such things which were not present in the island, which means Nicola doesn't belong to this island. All the children said that these are not their real mother. Nicola was painting this because it was in his memory. The red-haired women might be his real mother. The women at night eat raw seafood at the beach. They couldn't eat this in front of the children that they were bringing up. On the other side, we notice the nurses and doctors who are watching the surgical video. They watch that videos so they could use these methods. When they make any mistake in surgery, the children die, as the friend of Nicola was dead. Late on they threw those children into the sea. The nurses bring out the newborn babies and put them into the jar. Stella became the friend of Nicola, that's why she provides him drawing board and pencil. At the end she rescued Nicola. Why she has saved him? It is a simple answer. If you all work at a secret facility and an alien is imprisoned there for an X